Today I'm going to teach you how you can create realistic 3D hologram sci-fi effects inside of After Effects for your video projects. Let's go. My name is Devinhuynh. Welcome to 11% Tutorials. Let's get straight into it. So the first thing I have right here is a rotoscope clip of Uzi. If you don't know how to rotoscope, we have this video that you can check out right here, but I'm assuming you know how to rotoscope if you're watching this video. If not, watch this video. It's really quick, really simple. Next up, we're going to add our background layer. So right here, I just have another shot from this music video. By the way, you can use these hologram effects for any video projects. I just thought it'd be interesting to use it for a music video because I've never seen anybody do it before. Also, I just watched the new Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Really good show, by the way. So kind of the inspiration for today's video. Next up, what we're going to do is we are going to 3D track this background layer. So I'm going to go ahead, click this video, then go over here to this panel on the right where it says tracker, click on that and hit track camera. Now it's going to take a couple minutes depending on how long your clip is. So we're going to go ahead and speed this portion up. Now, once it's done tracking, you're going to see we have all of our 3D flowers right here, and you can go ahead and add a tracking point, but we're not going to do that. All we're going to do is we're going to hit create camera, and now it's going to create a camera. And lastly, we're going to take our rotoscope clip layer right here, and we are going to turn on its 3D capabilities by clicking this little 3D cube icon right here. And now if we play that out, boom, you can see our rotoscope clip is now in 3D space inside our video. So I think that's looking pretty cool. Let's just go ahead and scale it back a bit and down, and boom, there you go. That is where our hologram will be. Now let's go ahead and jump right into the real effects of how to apply this hologram. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my effects and presets. I'm going to search for a tint effect, and we're going to apply that to our layer. We're going to set the matte black to a darkish blue color. Now you can do any type of dark blue that you want, and then the map white to a lightish blue color. So these colors, you can do them any color that you want, whatever color you want your hologram to be. I just think this is the coolest, and boom, there we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our effects. We're going to search for noise, and we're just going to apply a standard noise right here to our clip layer. We're going to keep the color noise on and make sure it's up around 40%. I kind of want a lot of noise on it, so it's really grainy and kind of hologram like.
Really quickly, before we go any further, if you ever run out any cool visual effect ideas or need new transitions and effects for your projects with a fast turnaround, you should definitely download our editing presets at our website 11%.net. We have preset packs ranging from transitions and camera shakes all the way to cinematic title cards and 4K overlays. Also, right now, if you buy one preset pack, you can get a second pack of your choice entirely for free. Saving time is the best investment any editor can make for themselves, so whether using Premiere Pro, After Effects, or another editing software entirely, these packs are super easy to use, saving you hours of work. Make sure to check them out at 11%.net while this buy one get one free bundle lasts. Now let's get back to the tutorial.
Once we have our noise, we're going to go to our effects and presets. Once again, we're going to search for the Venetian blind. We're going to apply those Venetian blinds to our rotoscope layer as well. And I'm going to set the direction to 90, the transition completion to around let's do 15. It really depends on your video clip. And then I'm going to zoom in and make sure that I feather this just a little bit so that we have some kind of blurred edges, and it makes it just feel a little bit more realistic once again. Now I'm going to go back to my effects and presets. I'm going to search for a glow effect. I'm going to apply just the standard glow. If you have sapphire glow, you can go ahead and use that. I think sapphire glow is honestly one of the best glows, but we're doing this all within built-in plugins inside of After Effects. I like to keep my tutorials that way just so that everybody could do it. Now I'm going to go to my glow settings. I'm going to turn the radius up a bunch around 90ish, so it's really glowy, and then depending on your clip, you can adjust or decrease your threshold. I'm going to increase it or decrease it a little bit so it's a little bit more brighter. One other thing I kind of forgot to note on earlier is if you want, you can go to your rotoscope settings right here, and you can just increase the feather on the edge, so that way the edges are just a little bit softer and not super harsh. Okay, so now we have the color, we have the Venetian blinds, we have the glow. Now it's time to add some more realistic effects to make it feel a little bit more techy and glitchy. I'm going to go to my effects and presets once again, search for the turbulent displace. I'm going to apply that right here to our clip layer, and then I'm just going to set our displacement right here to horizontal displacement so that it's only moving horizontally, and then I'm just going to decrease the size to around 14ish. Once the size is at 13 or 14, I'm just going to go ahead and go to the very beginning of my clip, hit a keyframe at the evolution, and then I'm going to go to the very end of my clip right here, and I'm just going to turn up that evolution a bunch just so that we have some movement throughout the evolution as the clip goes on. And of course, you can adjust the complexity or the amount as well just to mix things up. I'd say keep the amount low, but honestly, that's looking pretty good. It looks a little bit more realistic to me. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some flicker to it. So there's two ways you can do this. You can actually use a real flicker in transition from After Effects right here. So if you search for flicker, you'll see a flicker in, and you can apply that, and basically it will just make your effect flicker in. I don't like to do that. What I like to do is go hit the drop down on our transform settings right here, and I'm going to hold Option or Alt if you're on PC, and click this little keyframe icon while holding Option or Alt. Very, very important. And you're gonna see expressions. Welcome to the wonderful world of expressions. Don't freak out. It's nothing too crazy here. I'm just gonna type a very, very simple expression. I'm gonna type wiggle, and you're gonna see it's gonna come up right there. I can hit enter, and I'm gonna hit 5,10 and parentheses. And now you can see once we play this out, boom, the opacity of this, like the actual video, is kind of flickering just a tad bit. If you want to make it flicker even more, you can basically just go ahead and increase the second number, so something around like 50, and boom, there we go. Now you can see we have a lot more flickering going on with the animation. And if you want it to be more faster, like faster flickering, you just increase the first number. Pretty simple. But yeah, I just think that's a really fun way that we can add a flicker animation to it without having to do any keyframes. If you want to learn more about expressions, we have a full in-depth tutorial right here, which you can check out completely for free. It goes over 5 really simple, fun After Effects expressions. I think everybody should learn how to use them at some point. Really useful. Now what we're going to do is we are going to pre-compose this whole thing, and we're going to add like a glow display effect. I'm going to select this thing, right click it, pre-compose, and I'm going to make sure I hit move all attributes into the new composition. Hit OK, and boom, there you go. You can see it kind of lost its 3D effect, but that's really simple. We can just hit the 3D icon once again, and it's the same. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on this, hit Command D to duplicate it. The top layer, I'm actually going to set the blend mode to screen so that it's see-through. And then this bottom layer right here, I'm going to go to my effects and presets. I'm going to search for directional blur, apply that to the bottom layer. I'm going to change the blur length to something really high, like 700. And then I'm just going to set that direction to 50 degrees. Honestly, really wherever you want the blur to be. And yeah, there we go. I'm just going to put it to the side so it looks like the hologram is being projected from the right. If you want it coming from the bottom, you can just leave it at 0, and honestly just leave it in the same direction as well. And there you go. Now you can see you have like this nice little like hologram projection effect. Oops, why is it so small? Okay, there you go. I think that's looking pretty cool. And of course, change that blending mode to screen as well. That way everything just looks a lot better. One last thing I might do is I might just go ahead and turn down the opacity of the display, because I think it's a little bit too bright. So there we have it. Honestly, everything's looking pretty good. Of course, this works best with really dark background. So I'm gonna apply a lumetri color effect on the background, and then just turn down the exposure a bit so we can see Uzi a little bit better. And yeah, there we have it. We have a nice way that you can add holograms to your music videos. Hope you found something useful. One very last thing I'm gonna do to just spice this thing up and make it even more realistic is we're gonna add some camera shakes to this. So I'm gonna go to my layer. I'm gonna hit new adjustment layer, and I'm gonna apply this to the very top. Make sure it's very on top of everything else. And then I'm just going to trim this thing down to around, let's do 8 to 10 frames. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, something like that. Hit Command Shift D to trim it. Once we have this adjustment layer, I'm gonna go to my effects and presets. I'm gonna search for our brand new Shake It Up V2 camera pack. It is now compatible completely on After Effects. So all I have to do is drag and drop any preset transition I like. I'm gonna go right here with medium 1, and I'm gonna apply that to the adjustment layer, play it out, and boom, you can see we have some instant camera shake applied to our video. And if I wanted to duplicate that effect, I just hit Command D to that adjustment layer, and I can add camera shake anywhere I want on this video. So really fun way to add some camera shake, especially if you're doing music videos. I hope you found something useful from this video. If you want to learn how to speed up your editing productivity workflow, you can check out this video right here.